All right, so we have the case and the tail shaft housing prepped. We now have all our new parts laid out on the table that we'll be upgrading. So I'll start here. This is a front pump. It's a 1971 and up. It is prepped race ready with hardened pump gears from A&A Transmission. You have your overhaul kit here with new clutches and steels. I'm going to put a new deep A&A transmission pan on there with a filter extension. And then here we go back to, here's your front Planetary. It's a 3-pinion steel front Planetary. They say to upgrade these because the stock ones are aluminum, so they strip the splines out. So this is a good upgrade. It's also got roller bearings in it, meaning instead of a thrust washer here and on the inside, on the bottom here, there's what we call a Torrington bearing. Also a new low reverse drum. See the needle bearings in there. New park pin. We got a billet low reverse piston here with a billet second gear servo piston here. Dual ringed, dual spring. As you can see, it's all A&A transmission. This is our new forward drum piston. This is 875 thousandths tall. I'll do another clip on this with this new spring in the forward drum when we get there. You have a rear roller support, which is also Torrington bearinged instead of the stock one, which is just bushinged. There's your 6-bolt, 16-element ultimate A&A sprag. We had to drill the case with that fixture to make that work to accept the other 2 bolts because they only accept, the stock case only has 4 bolts, so you gotta modify it. I got 2 new Kevlar multi-groove bands with Raybestos linings. There's your front Planetary, front Annulus gear. This is also a Torrington bearing here. Goes inside the Annulus gear. And then you got a big piston, ultimate steel A&A drum. As you see the wide bushing in there. A&A transmission. Big piston accepts 18 springs compared to a stock piston that accepts 15. There's our 18 replacement springs. In order to run these new drums, you have to have a 1971 and up front pump. The older front pump that came with this trans would not work with this drum because the bushing is narrow and there's actually, let me find it in here. That's how it's oiled, through that groove right there. Well, the stock one with the older style pump, it's a narrow bushing and it's just a little circular feed hole. So if you try to mix and match them, they won't work. So those are the upgrades that are going to be put in this transmission. It should be a very stout unit. Something I didn't cover. We got Teflon sealing rings. We got a heavy duty band strut. This is going to go on the output shaft where the governor normally goes because we're eliminating the governor. We got a 4.2 billet servo or billet steel second gear servo, and then just a new speedometer gear for a 410 gear with a 29-inch tall tire. So it should be a really good unit. This is what we're going to be putting in. I'll be showing videos as we go.